Hello and welcome. This is Cha-Ching Chats, episode 6. I'm your host, Sarah, and my co-host is
Cheryl, and we just got done with a whole probably over an hour of, oh my goodness. If you're seeing this, then I hope you didn't miss last week's episode. It was amazing. We just finished recording it. We're going to post it in a little bit, but yeah, it's last week's episode now.
That's true. That's true. All right. So last week we were talking about apps that you could do with your phone as a side gig. And we talked about 3 specific apps and one mystery shopping company. So if you missed that, make sure that you check out our episode 5 videos. The first half of all of our podcasts are recorded on my channel, Simple Money Magic, and the second half is recorded on Cheryl's channel, Simplified Accounting.
That's right.
So make sure that you watch both parts. That was a really good episode. Lots of information. I think it's going to help a lot of people. So today we are talking about driving apps, how to make extra money with side gigs and doing some driving apps. So specifically, we're going to talk about Doordash, Uber, and Uber Eats. We are going to touch on Grubhub and Postmates, and we're going to talk about Spark. So, DoorDash is a food delivery app. And it actually has branched out a little bit into like you can they'll pick up things from like a convenience store for you. Uber, you can drive people or you can drive food for Uber Eats. I have not done the Uber people driving, but I have done Uber Eats, but I have been a passenger for Uber. Now, the reason I'm not going to talk about Grubhub and Postmates as much is because in my area, they are smaller. And actually, when someone orders from Postmates, it gets transferred to DoorDash, which is kind of interesting. So, and it will actually show up when you're driving for DoorDash, it will actually show up that this is a Postmates order. And I think that's handy because if it's a hand to guest and you're say, oh, I'm Sarah with DoorDash. They say I didn't order DoorDash. I ordered Postmates. That's where that comes from. So in my area, both of those, they get transferred to DoorDash. So,
Postmates and the Grubhub go to DoorDash?
yes.
Wow.
Yes, at least in my area. Now Grubhub can have its own, but I have been signed up to be a driver for Grubhub for over a year, and I have not gotten the approval yet. So I don't know if it's just not big enough in my area, or they just really don't need drivers. They have some really great drivers. I don't know how that works. But that's just my area. I mean, I live in the second biggest city. So who knows? Maybe it is bigger out west or east or wherever. Now we have Cheryl, who has never ordered from a delivery app.
No,
So
I've ridden in the Ubers and Lyft. I've done both an Uber and a Lyft as far as like the taxi type thing. But yeah, I've never ordered anything. We often talk about, or my husband tries to get me to, why don't you order DoorDash and have him go pick up a 6-pack? You know, I wouldn't know where to start. I don't know if it does this or not, so. apparently the
Yeah.
restaurants in our area, which are very, very few, we're in a smaller place. Not really rural, but uh they do have at least DoorDash, most of them. I, I
Yeah.
don't I don't I don't like I said, I don't know how this works. So
Yeah, DoorDash is the biggest that I know of. Is the biggest company. Um, DoorDash has a good program. Um, and here's a little cheat sheet tip. If you're going to sign up for DoorDash, um, your first 2 weeks will be your best 2 weeks. They kind of give you really good jobs with good, I want to say tips. They give you the good ones for the first 2 weeks to get you kind of hooked into there. So if you sign up with DoorDash and you get started, don't waste those 2 weeks and only do one drive with them. Really, really get all the extra money that you can. I'm going to put my link down below. Currently, DoorDash is running a special in my area. At least if you sign up and you're in my area, you can get a bonus if you do so many deliveries within, I think it's like 60 days. That may transfer to other areas based on where you live, if there are bonuses or promotions in other areas as well. I can't guarantee that because I can't see what other areas offer promotions. And I was actually really surprised that my area, I live in Indiana, that my area is offering a promo because there's so many people that deliver DoorDash. So when you sign on to the DoorDash system, you will need to um, show your ID, give your ID, show your proof of insurance. And one thing I suggest is that when you sign up for DoorDash, Uber, and Spark, that you do it all in the same day, because you're going to need all of the same information and you're basically going to have to do all of the same thing. So get your ID, get your insurance. They're going to ask you information about your vehicle. And like I said, in the merchandising shop, they're going to want biometric information. What that means for them is they're going to scan your driver's license, the front and the back. They're going to tell you, when to turn it over and if it's a good picture, that kind of thing. And then they're also going to have you take a picture forward of your actual person, like you're taking a selfie, and then you have to turn your head to the left and to the right. And that is just for safety purposes to make sure that you are who you are on your driver's license, that you're not borrowing someone's license to sign up to drive.
I probably look like I would be borrowing somebody's license. Yep. This doesn't look like me anymore.
Nope, that does not look like you. Nope. So go ahead and sign up. Sign up for all three of those at the same time. Get that out of the way. DoorDash, I got approved, I want to say 24, 48 hours. Uber took, I think almost a month for me to get approved. And then Spark took about 6 months. So it all just depends in your area. In your area, it may be completely the opposite. My suggestion also is to go ahead and sign up now, because the end of April, 1st of May, all those college kids are getting out of school and they are going to want these kinds of jobs while they're looking for their permanent job. And again, high school students are going to be out of school and they're going to be able to, these older age kids are going to be able to be driving. So you want to get your foot in the door now
What is the age?
That's just my suggestion. Huh?
What is the age?
I believe it's 18. I believe it's 18. If I know that you can't do alcohol shops or deliveries, at least in my state, you can't do alcohol deliveries unless you're 21. So to answer that question, yes, you can get beer delivered on DoorDash. It takes a what? Don't tell your husband. um, it does take a little bit longer. You do when you go to deliver it, instead of just dropping it off at the door, you have to scan their driver's license in the
Oh,
app. Yeah.
okay. I was wondering
Yeah.
how that worked.
Yeah. So when someone purchases it, they have to like upload that information. And then when you go to deliver it, you have to get a picture of their ID. And there's a specific way that you have to do that on the app. Yep.
Okay, so now is there anything they don't deliver? I mean, or is it by store? Like the place has to sign up with them.
I think the store signs up for them. I know I've gotten like PetSmart. DoorDash does PetSmart deliveries. I know DoorDash does Walgreens deliveries in my area. So who knows?
I
She's
wonder.
thinking.
Oh, I wonder what is required to sign up to get items delivered from your location.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Because you could be maybe you're a pop-up type shop, but you
Mhm.
instead of you can sell all the time that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's lots of little local like eateries that have delivery through DoorDash and Grubhub and that kind of thing. So, um yeah. Now Spark, let me backtrack to DoorDash again. DoorDash will also deliver for auto parts stores. So you can have a delivery. I had to go to an auto parts store and deliver it to an oil change place. They needed whatever kind of filter, and for some reason they hired DoorDash to do that. Why? I don't know. But
I'm telling you what, there has been, I mean, I'm old school, so we used to work on our vehicles in the yard and we had to plan ahead. Because if
yeah,
you took the part off and then you needed something else, we didn't have
right.
DoorDash back then to go get it for us. We either had to have somebody else or we had to buy two and then use the one that was right and return the other one. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing to me. Like I don't
Yeah.
work on vehicles anymore, but the idea is still
Yeah. So Spark Driver used to just be Walmart. Back in the day, I
there.
don't know what day. I mean, but back in the day, Spark driving used to just be Walmart. And um, then other companies started hiring Spark as well. So when you go in the Spark app, it will show you all the kind of like hot spots that you can go and sit in the area. Um, and it they'll go people will go and like sit in the hot spots area so that they can be the first to grab those jobs, because when a job comes up on Spark, it goes out to mass amounts of people, and it's whoever clicks it first. gets it. So now there's like Sally Beauty Supply. I don't know if you have that where you are. There's
Yeah.
an auto store. There's lots of different places that deliver, or that Spark delivers for. So
So when I Googled it, it came up under Walmart, driveforspark.walmart.com. So it's
right.
Walmart.
Yes. So it's part of Walmart, but now they also deliver. I don't know if Walmart, people pay Walmart or how that works, but that's how it all goes. And you can even, they'll do like, if you go to a pet store and they'll say you have 10 deliveries. And those are great, because then you're not going back and forth to different stores. You're just doing 10 deliveries for PetSmart, but it might be all over in one area. But they always tell you where the deliveries are. So you can choose if you want to do it or not.
I just knew that
And then,
Walmart doesn't deliver, like my local Walmart
uh-huh.
doesn't deliver. So that's the whole reason that I looked, because I wanted to see if Spark was available in my area.
Walmart doesn't deliver? You don't have like the Walmart Plus membership or
Oh yeah, but I can't get a delivery. I,
what?
I literally canceled because it didn't do me any good to have it.
Right,
I mean, I generally, if I was going to order something, it's going to be over $35, so it's going to be free shipping anyway. And
right,
it wasn't saving me any money to go pick it up at
right.
bring it out to my car. So I was like, yeah, never mind. I wanted to
Wow.
upgrade my Paramount Plus, and it wouldn't even let me do that. Um, so yeah, I canceled it. I would consider doing it again if they offered delivery.
Right.
I literally I have not left my house or left my yard in 3 weeks. So,
Tax season.
yes, tax season. Yeah, I haven't, my husband's been going, I just give him my little list and he goes. So,
There you go.
which he doesn't like doing, but at least I've been able to keep working. But yeah, it doesn't tell me where it's available.
Hmm.
So anyway, um,
Yeah, I thought that was Walmart delivered everywhere. Maybe not in Cheryl's area.
it's funny. My daughter lives like 45 minutes up the road, and she can get same day Amazon delivery because there's an Amazon hub that's not far from her. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, not me.
Oh,
Well,
so sad.
a lot of times I don't even get next day anymore.
Too far.
Right? Like,
Amazon's gonna have to build something closer to you. 45 minutes is too far for Amazon.
their drones won't make it that far.
Right, right. So with DoorDash, did you put on a timer?
I
We
did.
talked about this whole timer thing and
did.
I
I
didn't.
found this timer. I found the timer that connects to Zoom, so it's right there, and I see the numbers ticking up. I'm
There
good.
we go. Okay. We talked about it and then I don't know, I clicked on something, went away. All right. So DoorDash, yeah, when you sign up for DoorDash, it will tell you what you are going to get, and it includes the tip. A lot of people get upset. I see this on YouTube a lot. A lot of people get upset and they say, well, I went from here to here and then they didn't give me any tip. You should not be surprised. The tip is included. I think I've gotten cash tips or a tip afterwards maybe 3 times. So don't expect that you're going to get a cash tip or extra tip after. Go with the mindset of, I'm going to do this delivery and this is my pay. Now you do have the option with DoorDash and Uber and Spark, with all of them, to turn it down. DoorDash has a really, they've changed their system a little bit, and word on the street is if you decline too many jobs and get below a 70% acceptance rate, then they're going to give you crappier jobs. Okay. I've also seen people on YouTube that have like a 14% acceptance rate, and they choose to sit in the same spot and wait for the job that they want, the highest pay that they want. I was always under the mindset of, if I'm out and doing it, if it's reasonable, if it's $2 per mile or more, then I would take it. That was kind of my gauge, was $2 per mile. Some people do choose to sit and wait, and they'll continually turn jobs down until they get a $3 or a large tip or something like that, and they'll only do those higher dollar ones. They may only do 2 deliveries in a 4-hour period because they're sitting there. I mainly did mine in the summer and the air conditioning's going. And so if the car's on, I'm driving. Basically, I'm gonna make use of it. I'm not gonna sit there and sweat on the side of the road and wait for, it to be a higher dollar. That was just my mindset. Everyone has their own dollar amount, and everyone has their own area that they will go in. They typically give you areas to choose from in DoorDash, and so you're not driving from here to here to here, all over. So typically, if you are in one area, they're going to keep you in that area. There are times, for a larger dollar amount, they'll see if it's a slower time and there might not be very many people on, they may up it, where they'll offer a bonus if you go do this delivery. So, and they do have a star system. So customers can rate you. Just like eBay, not every customer is going to rate you. And sometimes the only ratings that you will get will be crappy. So you really want to try and make sure you're making that best impression so that they can just tap the 5 stars and you get your rating up there. If you do have a lower rating, they will remove you. Like if your rating gets too low, they'll remove you. And I've seen that happen with people, and they'll say, how can I get my account back? And once, it's like eBay, once your account's gone, it's pretty much gone. They don't typically allow them back.
Which is why the people are trying to fool with the biometrics and use their girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other.
Yes.
And
Yes,
that's going to
exactly.
end up being like eBay too, that if you're in the same household and somebody in your household gets booted off, your store goes with it.
Yep. Yeah. That's the thing is, yeah, you got to really take care of your account and make sure that you're doing the right thing, you know. There are times with DoorDash, something, and these delivery apps where you get to the store and the order's not ready. Typically, if I go to certain restaurants, I know the order's not ready. I just know it's not ready. And so you have to account that into if you want to take this order, if it's a lower dollar and you know you're going to have to sit for 10 or 15 minutes waiting for that order to get ready, you're going to have to take that into account. Now, there are times where I've gotten like $30 tips from people. So there's good and bad with everything that you do with these delivery apps, because there are the people that are not going to, tip you very much, and then you will get those much larger tips.
Don't expect them because it's included in the
Right. Don't expect that it's magically going to grow later, because it's not.
Oh, so you could see that the tip is already in the when you accept the job, you see that the tip is there. So don't expect more afterwards, because whomever is ordering the thing is already putting their tip in the
Right. So one thing with scheduling with Doordash is Doordash, you can schedule like 2 weeks out, and you can go on each day and schedule which times that you want to work. The trick to that, here's the trick. The trick is, let's say they say 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. is a shift. You accept that. 5 minutes after 3, if you're not logged on, your whole shift is gone. Yeah. So your whole shift is gone. I have found personally that if they tell me 3 to 11 is available, I'll go on and schedule 3 to 4:30. Then I'll schedule 5 to 6:30. So I schedule it about every hour and a half. So just in case I missed one, or I decide I need to take a break, I can go, okay, I know in 20 minutes or whatever my break is up, and I'll have a half an hour break, because you have to have in between shifts, you have to have a half hour. And so I would do that all the way, until 11 o'clock, or till whenever I was going to stop driving. Right. And then usually, so let's say my shift was 3 to 4:30 and then 5 to whatever. Let's say I take my break at 4:30. At 4:45, I'm ready to go again. When there is 10 minutes prior to your shift, they will usually let you on and you can go ahead and start. So for me, it was safer to break my schedule out in those little different shifts. Because also in the beginning, I did this several times, where if you hit a button, you log out, like you cancel your shift. And, just learning the system, I'd like log out and be done. And I was like, wait, no, I didn't mean that. So, there's a learning curve, it's an app. You got to figure it out. So that was easier for me, was to break that shift up. And then you already have those breaks built in, because there will be times where those orders will come back to back to back to back to back. And you're like, wait, you don't want to decline it, because if you decline an order, then that shows as you didn't accept it. And that screws up your rating. But you're like, I gotta pee, It's like, I just give me a little break.
5 minutes.
So, right.
I've been sitting for 5 hours.
Right. And there have been times where you can pause it also. You can pause your drive, and I'll be like, okay, let me hurry up and take the picture, because as soon as you take the picture and you end that order, then it's like basically puts you back in the queue to accept another offer. And so I'm like, picture, picture, pause, like as fast as you can, because you're like, okay, I just need a break. Just give me a breather for a second before you're like going again. So they do have those built-in things. It's kind of fun sometimes where it's like so busy.
All right. That is a great place to stop. And
Has it been a half hour already?
it has been a half an hour already.
I talk too much.
So we will continue this over on my channel, and the link will pop up when this one is over. And so we'll see you over there.
Okay.